Hi everyone, Kim here, design team member for Treasure League Kit Club. What I've got for you today is a layout that I'm going to put together. I'm going to be using our June scrapbook kit, and that's all I'm going to be using. I'm not going to be using any extra embellishments or things from my stash. Actually, the only things that I'll be using from my stash other than tools are the Tim Holtz Distress Ink in Hickory Smoke and some embossing enamel, and it's a mix I put together. I used a teal, a green, and like an aged gold. So these are the things that I'll be using from my stash. Everything else here is from the June kit. I'll do my best to give you measurements if you want to follow along, if you want to recreate this. We've just had a lot of people asking about recreating some of the projects that we use with the kits. So this month I'm using the June scrapbook kit, and these are the embellishments that I will be using. I've already taken all my stuff out, so I'll go through it with you. But here's the lace. Here's packs of flowers. I'm going to be using one of the clocks from the Tim Holtz Ideology. I'll also be using a piece of my chipboard. I cut this. I always like to cut my chipboard. It just goes a lot longer when you cut it. I'll be using one of the frames from the stitched frames. And also what I'll be using, this is not from my stash, but this is from a shipping box, just like the box you get your kits in. What I did was I just stripped off the top of it. So you should be able to find this around. If you haven't tossed out your box, you can use your box. So I'll be using a piece of this. And the papers that I'm going to be using from the kit. This bottom sheet is sheet number 8, and I'm using the B side of it. So that's this sheet. I'm also going to be using, I've already cut this out, a circle and a piece off of sheet number 4. I'm going to be using some of the tags. I'll show you when I get to those, from sheet number 3. And I will also be using some of the cards from sheet number 5. Now this is everything that I'm using for the kit, from the kit. And if you haven't seen our kit, I will post up above the card for you to go take a look at all of our June kits. Let's get started on this layout. Alright, from the one sheet that I showed you, I cut the circle out, and this is about a 6-inch circle, and I also cut the sheet down the edge that had the zippers on it. I really like that. So this is the back side of the sheet, this is the front side of the sheet. If I flip it over, they match. So that's the one sheet that I'm going to be using. And like I said, I'm going to be using some distress ink, and I just want to go ahead and ink up the edges. I didn't want to use a black, so this Hickory Smoke is the perfect color. And this does not have to be done perfectly. I don't want the soft edges. I just want to take this around here. This is going to be a masculine kind of grungy type layout, so I don't mind just using this directly on and getting some of those little pad marks on the papers. I'm also going to distress these before I adhere them. So I'm just using my little Tim Holtz distresser. You can use a pair of scissors if you don't have a distresser, actually, and sometimes you can get a deeper distress. Now it's time for me to go ahead and adhere these two pieces. So now that I've got my circle down, I've got, this is the card that I cut out of the one sheet. I'll be using this side, and these are the two tags. I cut a bigger tag and I cut a smaller tag. So I'll be using these, and I also cut about 5 inches of ribbon to use. And I'm going to be using some foam tape on these too to give this some more dimension as I start. And I chose a gray ink versus a black ink. This is more like a charcoal gray. I think it goes better, and it doesn't give that hard contrast to the and I'm liking it. Now it's time for us to go ahead and get the rest of our embellishments on, and I forgot our frame. Yet we've still got other embellishments. Now with the clock, I've just added a piece of foam tape to that too, so it would have some dimension. And I'm sticking that right about here. And here are my 2 pieces of chipboard that I've cut. I'm going to go ahead and emboss these with that embossing powder that I showed you. And here are our pieces, and the color looks to be almost spot on. I like how it's going to pick up the colors from the tag. It's a little bit lighter, but I think it'll still be fine. So this is where we're at right now. There's a few little things that we need to do. I like faux stitching, and I haven't done it in a while, so I'm going to do some faux stitching. I'm going to take this little tool that I got, and I'm just going to run it along the edge, and what it's doing is it's putting little stitching holes in the paper. And it doesn't have to be neat. I'm probably going to run a little across here, maybe down here, some across here, and let's see if I can get a few in the circle. Okay, so you can't really see them right now, but I can, and now what I'm going to do is just go ahead and connect each one, and as I hit the hole, I press in so it looks like faux stitching, or it looks I'm missing is a title, and I'm not very good at titles, and I really don't do a lot of titles. Got a little saying right here on this tag that says "Stay in my dreams," and this is my nephew that we lost a month ago or so now. No, actually it's been 2 months now, and so I've been doing a lot of layouts. You've seen a lot of pictures of him just to honor him. So this has been the follow along with me as I created a layout using nothing but items from our June kit. And again, you can see all our kits or purchase our kits at www.treasurelikits.com. And again, follow us here on our YouTube channel, because we post videos using our kits all month long. Plus we do our kit reveals. And like I said, if you want to go back and check out all our kits, just check our video list and they'll be there. So this has been Kim for Treasure Lee Kits. Again, thanks for following along.